It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Atlanta Falcons. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth rears its head. But over the long term, both these organizations feel like they have an answer at the most critical position in all of sports.
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go here in Atlanta. Ray McCloud on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
Mike, I remember the first time I watched one of his college games, and I was blown away. I mean, the accuracy. That ball looks like it's jumping out of his hand. He is physically talented. He's mature. He's played a lot of football. He has overcome a lot of adversity, man. That is a formula for success in the NFL. He might have to wait a little bit to find his time, but the more opportunities he gets, like here in this one, I think he has a bright future.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
London brought in motion. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
A give, and here comes Robinson. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So on fourth down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Anthony Gould deep for Indy. Now the return, and he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
Mike, when you look around the league, there's just not a lot of quarterbacks that look and can play to the style of Anthony Richardson. He can make every throw on the field. He's big. He can run for power, run with speed. as he continues to iron out some of those flaws from coming out of college. He lost his rookie season to injury. Here in year 2, I wouldn't be shocked by year end if he's a household name.
Throwing to begin is Richardson. Completing this one to Downs. On second down, Richardson. They go right back to Downs. He's got it again. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's third down and a few inches. Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And he'll convert, picking up the first down at the 46-yard line.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. From the gun, Richardson. Got his man, it's Ogletree. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Off the zone read, this is Richardson. You take this inside the 40 to the 39, but most importantly, they've got it. That's a first down.
The advantage to this play call, Mike, is as an offense, you now can account for one extra defensive player. In this case, it's the quarterback reading the end. He goes after the running back. He pulls it, keeps it himself, picks up the first down.
That's tipped and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
The Falcons offense ready now for their second drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it'll be second down.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. From the gun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Colts offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Second down throw for Richardson. That is incomplete. Adonai Mitchell, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw and brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
That'll be returnable from the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. He finds Darnell Mooney for the catch. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Now Penix. Now, deep ball for London. And he will get into the end zone. Drake London. Touchdown, Atlanta. A terrific play all the way around by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Anthony Gould now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Colts offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll go again here with Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Pierce. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On play action, Richardson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go right back to Taylor. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. He's got the first down. They'll bring him down at the 28. But the sticks will move. First down picked up on the ground. Out of a shotgun, Richardson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Inside the 10, it is caught. And the Colts are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
From the 2 now, here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Jamal Agnew now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. First and 10. Looking to throw, it's Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Back to throw. Here's Penix. There's Kyle Pitts with the grab.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Richardson gonna look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Richardson to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Richardson going to get it quickly out to downs.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Here's Richardson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime you force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Give him 13 on that screen play, and a 1st down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, He's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells. So they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And the Colts are going to be set up. 1st and goal, he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a first down. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor to the 5-yard line. Second and goal. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. Penalty yards marched off, and they'll try it again on 2nd and goal. Taylor going to try to pull his way in. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a marker down, but I think this score is going to hold up. Now Gay for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Colts will move out to a 14-7 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. Oh, yeah. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. On 1st down, it's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
On 2nd down, Penix. The throw on the run is complete. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to third down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to third and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. He's tackled there by Quiddy Pay. They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They're going to go play action with Penix. That is brought in at the 10. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Here's a designed run, and he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal.
Down in the red zone, designed quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for, but in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short gain.
From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. On the zone read, this is Penix. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
On 3rd and goal, it's Penix. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Whose kick is good. And the Falcons are back within 4 at 14-10.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Gould on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now a give running left with Taylor. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. On 2nd down, Richardson. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in and just wasn't able to quite make the completion.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
Now he takes off. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
First and 10 now from the 36. They'll run here with Caleb. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Second and 7. From the gun, Richardson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
And that is incomplete. A.J. Terrell, the tight coverage there, and he knocks it away.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
Gay's kick is good. And the Colts going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. Agnew on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Falcons offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. And this will be incomplete.
It seemed there was a bit of a busted coverage in the secondary, and I think that's what led that receiver to be so wide open, and that's a ball that just needs to be put on him. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It doesn't have to be thrown on the money. just make it catchable and take advantage of that opportunity.
On second down, here's Penix. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They run over center with Robinson. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. On the return is Gould, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return, and that's where the offense will take over. The Colts offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing, Richardson. That's caught. It's Mitchell. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Out of shotgun, Richardson. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. Got it. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. It's scooped up by the Falcons.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
The Falcons offense going to take over just before the half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. From the gun, it's Penix. Off he goes. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their 1st. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing is Penix. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. To the sideline, he's got downs. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Colts are on top. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. Richardson gonna look to throw. And that's gonna wind up incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. It's second down.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. And this defense knows they gave him one. And they let him off the hook.
That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up third down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back. And I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Falcons offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. He'll get this out to the left flat. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw is Penix. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Open man, right side. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a third down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on third down? Third downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll do so with 1st and 10. Richardson to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do. When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? Here's 1st and 10. Richardson operating from the pistol. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Richardson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll work the middle here with Taylor. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On the ground for the first time, this is Khalil Herbert. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Hayden Ellis in on that stop. Here's a 3rd and 10. Richardson. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. Now Richardson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Give up the middle to Taylor. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's a run by Taylor. And he will score again. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indy. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And making a hat trick, that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Gay to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Colts will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gabe to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. Looking to throw, it's Penix. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up second down.
He may have trusted his arm strength a little bit too much on that throw. 2 defenders in the area. Work to your check down. Work to an open receiver. I think in this case, he forces that ball, and ultimately, he's lucky he got away with it.
That is downfield to the tight end Pitts. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll throw. It's Penix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Gould on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. Looking middle, and he's got downs. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. First and 10. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Now it's Taylor. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Here's 2nd and 2. In motion comes Pittman. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he's going to get him a first down here across midfield and down to the 45. Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. That one into the hands of Downs. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the gun, Richardson. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to have it just past their 25.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. London brought in motion. On play action, Penix. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
We'll go play action now with Penix. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? On 2nd down, Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
On 3rd and 1, here's Penix. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the 1st down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
A couple of 1st downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. He runs with it. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down. Give him 16 there, and a 1st down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
1st down throw there is incomplete.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game, and they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball, and let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Play action. It's Penix. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, here is Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. The visitors' offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but This time, the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it, and he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. On 2nd down, Richardson. That one complete to Pierce. Richardson will give it to Taylor. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw, it's Richardson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Richardson to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. The Colts about set to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Falcons offense ready to see what they can do. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Pitts is the man in motion. On 2nd down, here's Penix. Trying to set up the screen, but he just had to spike that one. This will be incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
At this stage of the game, Mike, these are the plays that can alter the outcome. You find yourself trailing here in the second half. He's doing everything he can to keep this drive alive. A little bit through the air. This time, it's with his legs, and he picks up a huge first down.
Now the lefty Penix on first down. That's the tight end, Pitts. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Here's Penix. He'll get this to Pitts once more. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
On first and 10, it's Penix. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Penix gonna throw again. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
On third down, Penix.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. They'll try to throw it with Penix. He'll try to run for it.
That's just a big-time play by this quarterback on fourth down. You can see he starts first look covered. Then he goes through his progression. There's nowhere to go with the ball. He can't throw it away, can't take a sack. He quickly decides to turn into a runner, use his legs to pick up the first down, and they're still alive.
Throwing now, Penix on first down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Now Penix to throw on second down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Now Penix on third and long. And the defense unrelenting, a third consecutive sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
We are set for fourth and long. 4th down, and here's Penix. Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll get this across midfield as he's brought down, following a pickup of 5. They go right back to Taylor. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly, and here comes 3rd down. Going to try to pick up the 1st down with his own read. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Third and 9. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the visiting Colts. A bit of a surprise, this one on paper. You figure this would have been a difficult assignment, trying to win away from home against a team of this caliber. No problems, though. They find a way to get it done. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.